It may not complement your learning style, or it may not fit into your study strategy, but at that point, you're locked in. Hi, I'm Angela Murray, SHRM SCP, SPHR, and your favorite HR exam coach. If you're preparing for an upcoming HRCI exam or your SHRM exam, and you're looking for budget-friendly ways to get prepared, you're in the right place. Tonight, I'm going to break down a few of my favorites from full learning systems all the way down to supplements. Let's get started. So I'm going to be highlighting both technology-based and non-technology-based resources. I'm going to start with the technology-based resources. And the first system I want to highlight is Study.com. Now, Study.com is HRCI specific. They used to have SHRM material, but I haven't seen it in a few months, so I assume that it's no longer available. One of the things that I like most about Study.com is that it is subscription-based. And I really prefer subscription-based systems because it doesn't lock you into something that may not work for you. So a lot of times when you are making one-time payments on systems, it may not complement your learning style, or it may not fit into your study strategy. But at that point, you're locked in. You've already made the payment and you don't want to waste your money, but you also don't want to continue using something that's not helpful for you. So the subscription-based systems allow you to evaluate it a little bit more closely, at least for the month, and you can see if it is going to fit in with what you're trying to do, whether or not it's going to fit into your study strategy, the way that you learn. You can probe around a little bit, and if it doesn't fit, you don't have to renew it. So I prefer to use subscription-based systems and not one-time payments. Another thing that I like about Study.com is that they give you the 1 week free trial. Now, of course, in 1 week, you can't do a full-fledged dive into the system, but you can get in there and poke around a little bit. You can evaluate the practice questions a little bit to see if you like the structure, or you can look to see if you like the format of the writing to see if it's going to work for you. This subscription is only $59.99 a month, and I love that for us because you could end up paying, somewhere around, depending on how long you study, it could be $200 to $300, probably like $300 max, because you're probably not going to be studying for more than $600. So this is a good system to start with. It has everything that you're going to need. So it follows the HRCI's book of knowledge. It follows the framework. So it has everything that you need inside of the full system. It has video lessons. It has practice questions. It has charts. It has diagrams. It is literally a full system and everything that you're going to need. The next technology-based system that I want to highlight is Mrics. I absolutely love Mrics. So Mrics is what I used when I was studying. This is SHRM specific. It is actually SHRM CP specific, but it is an awesome system. Now, Mrics is also subscription-based, and I love subscription-based again because it allows you to evaluate it a little bit before you actually commit to paying, an astronomical amount of money. I mean, because again, we are looking for budget-friendly ways to get the job done. Mrics, the one thing that is a little bit different from Study.com is that it does not have the video lessons. Now, it does have the audio lessons. And for me, with the charts and the diagrams and all the pictures that it had, I didn't really miss the video lessons. I really, really like the practice questions that Mrics has because they are truly reflective of the exam. They prompt you to think critically. They actually have the structure of the questions. It actually helps you to get in the mindset of test taking, and you can easily recreate the testing environment with these questions. So I really like that about the Mrics system. It is a little bit more expensive than Study.com. Mrics is $129.99 a month. But in general, I found that the SHRM material is a little bit more expensive than HRCI material. But if you're comparing Mrics to like your instructor-led classes or your learning management systems, which can easily get into the thousands, this is still a really, really good avenue for saving money. Because again, at most you're going to be spending about 6 months studying for the exam. So this could run you maybe $500 to $600 depending on how long you're going to study. So in comparison, it is still a really good break. So those are the two technology-based systems that I want to highlight. Let's hop over now to our non-technology-based systems. So these are two books that you can get from Amazon. We're going to start with HRCI. So this book is by Sandra Reed, and it is called The Complete Study Guide. I absolutely love the way that Sandra Reed writes. She holds your attention, she grabs your attention from the beginning, and she is able to hold your attention even though you are reading material that is potentially a snooze fest. I mean, let's be honest. But she structures the material in a way that is easy to follow. She does not include the fluff. She doesn't give you the things that you don't know, which is great for constructing your own notes or making flashcards, because you don't have to try to decipher what's important and what's not important. She gives you what's important. It also follows the book of knowledge. It really follows the same framework as the book of knowledge. She doesn't use any jargon. She actually is just really straightforward with what she's saying, and you can easily extract the key points. I really, really love this book. It also comes with a separate book of practice questions, which I really haven't had a chance to really dive in to evaluate. But if it is anything reflective of the book that she has, the study guide, then I would say it's worth a try to even try the practice questions. Again, I personally haven't had a chance to just really dive into those practice questions. I've skimmed a few of them, and from what I see, I mean, they look like they could be helpful. I don't think it would be something that I would actually highlight as much as I would highlight the book itself. So for me, using the Sandra Reed book in conjunction with Study.com is the way to go, because you want the knowledge that Sandra Reed has in the book, but you also want to be able to create the testing environment, and you can't really recreate the testing environment with a non-technology based resource. You have to have technology because the test is going to be given to you in a technology-based environment. So using these two in conjunction, very powerful. You get the knowledge that you need, and then you also get to recreate the environment. And of course, Study.com on its own is an absolutely amazing resource, but you pair it with Sandra Reed, you're ready to go. The next non-technology based resource that I'm going to highlight is the Dory AllinOne. If you have talked to me, if you have messaged me, if you have emailed me, if you know my name, you know how hard I go for Dory Weiler. And it is because this is what I used when I was studying. So the All-in-One by Dory Weiler in conjunction with Mrics is what was really pivotal for me. So it is what turned things around for me, because at first I was kind of aimless while I was studying. I didn't really know where to start or what to do. I didn't know what study material was actually credible. And so I found these, and these two things together were the best things that I did. So again, I recommend using technology-based and non-technology-based together. The one thing I want to say about the Dory Weiler book, because if you pick it up, I don't want you to be shocked. So there's one thing I want to say about it is, even though it has everything that you will need, it covers everything in the BASK, it does not follow the same framework. So for example, in the leadership and navigation competency in the BASK, you will find the motivational theories. In the Dory Weiler All-in-One, you won't find it under leadership. It's covered under employee engagement. And there are some other things that are little one-offs there in the book as well. But even though it does not follow the same framework as the BASK, it has all the material that you need. Okay, call this next section a little lagniappe, but you had to know that I was not going to leave me out. So the next resource that I want to highlight is the HR Exam Prep with Angela system. Now, under this system, I have several different resources that will be helpful for you in your exam preparation. The first thing I want to highlight is the HR Exam Prep with Angela app, which is available on your Google Play Store, and it's also available in the Apple Store. The best thing about the app, in my opinion, is the access to the forum. So in the forum, you are able to connect with other HR professionals. You are able to ask questions there, bounce ideas off of them, and I am often there. So I'm there asking questions. I like to interact a lot in that forum just because I am an HR geek and I love to see the questions that everybody asks. I like to see your frame of mind. I like to see how you're thinking. And a lot of times I just want to pop in to make sure that everybody's doing good. I don't need to, talk anybody off of the ledge or anything, and everybody is feeling confident for test day. Also within the app, we have lots of games to keep you engaged. We have flashcards, of course, the practice questions, and you know how I feel about recreating the exam environment. So we have 2 full-length practice exams there, one that you take at the beginning and then one that you take at the end. And then we have hundreds of practice questions for lots of quizzes there. So there are quizzes with each section. So that's the first resource I want to highlight under my system. The second resource that I want to highlight is my Saturday morning classes, and we have a good time over there. We get down to business, but we do have a good time. It's a place where, first of all, I cover everything in the BASK. You're able to ask questions with someone who is, if I do say so myself, considered to be an expert in the area of exam preparation. So you have the benefit of asking questions and getting feedback in real time. It ensures that you actually do understand what you're reading. And also, I try to use real examples that you would encounter every day to help you to understand the information better. We have a good time over there, but also we cover what we need to cover, and I make sure that you are prepared for the exam. The next thing I want to highlight is the infographic guide. So the infographic guide extracts the key points from each one of the areas of the BASK. And I use colorful pictures, colorful titles, and I make sure you have the key information for an on-the-go guide. So for me, while you're sitting in traffic, or while you're getting your nails done, or at the getting your hair done, or at the doctor's office, or whenever you have just a free few minutes, you can pull out the infographic guide. So I am actually going to leave a link that you can grab the infographic guide in this description box. So the infographic guide is $10. So that's the full guide. You get it for $10. Let me go back and say that the app is $25 a month. It is subscription based. You know how I feel about subscriptions. And then the full learning management system is $99 a month. In the full learning management system, you're going to have video lessons. You have practice questions, you have notes, you have reading. You also have a place there to connect with other HR professionals. I feel like the connection and being able to talk through things with people who are like-minded and who are at the same place you are and going through the same things, I think that is a huge benefit. And the people there, they are serious about the exam. Right? You want to make sure that you're connecting with the right people. And then final thing that I want to highlight is HR Exam Prep with Angela book that is available on Amazon and also Kindle, and that book is $29.99. All right, so those are all of the resources that should make you successful on the exam. If you utilize all of these things, then you are one step closer to certification. See you next time. Bye.